Perhaps you are familiar with the sudden, sharp pain of a leg cramp waking you from sleep. Or maybe it's the muscle stiffness upon rising that makes those first few steps in the morning a considerable effort. If these experiences resonate with you, please know that you are not navigating this alone. Leg cramps and general muscle discomfort are frequently reported among older adults, often interfering with restful sleep and the ease of daily movement. There can be several contributing factors, including natural age-related changes in muscle mass, potential shifts in circulation, and sometimes differences in how our bodies absorb essential nutrients as we get older. But there is encouraging news. The path towards greater comfort, more relaxed muscles, and undisturbed nights might just begin with the choices we make in our kitchens. The foods we consume have a significant influence on how our muscles function, how well our nerves transmit signals, and our overall hydration status. These are all critical elements in managing and preventing those unwelcome muscle cramps. In this detailed guide today, we aim to explore 5 specific food groups known for their supportive role in muscle health. These foods are recognized through research and nutritional understanding for their ability to help ease muscle tension, support better function, and potentially reduce how often and how intensely leg cramps occur in seniors. We will be looking into the benefits offered by eggs, the electrolyte contributions of bananas, the mineral density found in leafy greens, the supportive qualities of fatty fish, and the concentrated goodness within nuts and seeds. As we discuss each of these food groups, perhaps take a moment to consider your own eating habits. Are any of these foods already a regular part of your diet? We would be interested to hear your experiences, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Prepare to learn not just which foods can be helpful, but also understand the reasons behind their effectiveness and discover simple ways to incorporate them into your meals for potential long-term relief. Food number 1: eggs, the complete muscle support package. Our exploration begins with a food item familiar to many breakfast tables, yet its nutritional value extends far beyond the morning meal: the egg. Viewing it simply as a breakfast staple underestimates its significant contribution to muscle health, making it a genuine powerhouse of essential nutrients. Perhaps the most recognized contribution of eggs is their high-quality protein content. Eggs are considered a source of complete protein, meaning they provide all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies cannot produce on their own and must obtain from the diet. A single large egg typically offers around 6 grams of this high biological value protein. This is fundamentally important because protein serves as the primary building block for muscle tissue. Throughout life, and particularly as we age, our muscles undergo constant breakdown and repair. Adequate protein intake is crucial for this repair process. For seniors, maintaining muscle mass can be more challenging due to a natural age-related decline known as sarcopenia. This condition involves the gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and function, making individuals more susceptible to weakness, fatigue, and consequently, muscle cramps. Consuming sufficient high-quality protein, like that found in eggs, helps to counteract sarcopenia by providing the necessary amino acids to rebuild muscle fibers, maintain existing muscle tissue, reduce exercise-induced muscle fatigue, and potentially improve the efficiency of muscle contractions, thereby lessening the likelihood of cramping. Furthermore, eggs are often easier to digest than some other protein sources, which can be beneficial for older adults whose digestive systems might be less robust. Beyond protein, eggs offer other vital nutrients relevant to muscle function, notably vitamin D. This vitamin plays a critical, multifaceted role. Its best-known function is facilitating the absorption of calcium from our diet in the intestines. Calcium, as we will discuss further, is indispensable for the actual process of muscle contraction. Without adequate vitamin D to help absorb it, calcium levels available for muscle function can be compromised. However, the role of vitamin D extends beyond calcium absorption. Muscle cells themselves have receptors for vitamin D, known as vitamin D receptors or VDRs. Research suggests that vitamin D directly influences muscle cell development, function, and strength. Insufficient levels of vitamin D have been linked in various studies to muscle weakness, often referred to as myopathy, as well as generalized muscle aches, and an increased propensity for cramps. Egg yolks are a natural source of vitamin D, however. It is very important to manage expectations here. While eggs contribute to vitamin D intake, the amount in a single egg, typically around 40 international units, is only a small fraction of the daily recommended intake for seniors, which is often cited as 800 to 1,000 U. Therefore, while including eggs is helpful, they should not be relied upon as the sole source. Obtaining sufficient vitamin D generally requires a combination of sensible sun exposure, allowing the skin to synthesize it, consumption of other fortified foods like milk, yogurt, or cereals, and potentially vitamin D supplementation, which should always be discussed with a doctor based on individual blood levels and needs. Next, let's consider the importance of vitamin B12 and choline, another nutrient duo found in eggs that plays a vital role in nerve health, which is intrinsically linked to muscle function. Vitamin B12 is essential for the maintenance of the nervous system, particularly for the formation and upkeep of the myelin sheath. This fatty layer insulates nerve fibers, allowing electrical signals to travel quickly and efficiently between the brain and the rest of the body, including the muscles. When B12 levels are deficient, nerve signal transmission can become impaired. This can manifest in various ways, including muscle spasms, tingling, numbness, and cramps, sometimes referred to as neuropathic cramps. Seniors are notably more vulnerable to vitamin B12 deficiency. This increased risk stems from several factors, including reduced production of stomach acid, DHA, which is needed to separate B12 from food proteins for absorption, the use of certain common medications, like metformin for diabetes, or proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux, that can interfere with absorption, and sometimes a lower intake of animal-based foods rich in B12. Choline, often grouped with B vitamins, works synergistically with B12. It is a precursor to acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter responsible for signaling muscle contractions. Choline also plays a role in maintaining the structural integrity of cell membranes, including those of nerve and muscle cells. Eggs stand out as a readily available and good dietary source of both vitamin B12 and choline, supporting the nerve pathways essential for smooth, coordinated muscle activity and helping to prevent the misfired nerve signals that can trigger cramps. When considering incorporating eggs into the diet, practical aspects are important. Current research generally suggests that for most healthy older adults, consuming up to about 7 eggs per week is safe and does not significantly impact blood cholesterol levels negatively. The long-held concern about dietary cholesterol from eggs having a major effect on blood cholesterol has been largely revised by newer scientific understanding, which places more emphasis on saturated and trans fats. However, individuals with existing high cholesterol, heart disease, or diabetes should consult their doctor or a registered dietitian for personalized advice. For some, replacing processed meats, which are often high in sodium and saturated fat, with eggs can actually be a healthier choice. Specifically regarding nighttime leg cramps, the nutrients in eggs can be particularly supportive. The protein aids in overnight muscle repair and recovery, while the B12 and choline support stable nerve function during rest. Pairing eggs with fiber-rich foods like vegetables or whole grains can help promote balanced blood sugar levels, which is especially relevant for individuals with diabetes. For those managing specific health conditions, adjustments might be needed. For example, individuals with kidney disease may need to monitor overall protein intake, and those concerned about cholesterol can opt for egg whites, which contain protein but not the fat or cholesterol found in the yolk. We are curious, how do you typically prepare eggs? Do you prefer them boiled, scrambled, perhaps in an omelette loaded with vegetables? Feel free to share your favorite healthy ways to enjoy eggs in the comments. To summarize this section, eggs offer a comprehensive package supporting muscle health through high-quality protein for repair and maintenance, vitamin D, which contributes to calcium absorption and muscle function, though supplemental sources are often needed, and the vital nerve, supporting nutrients vitamin B12 and choline. They represent a versatile and accessible food choice for seniors looking to nutritionally support their muscles and reduce the likelihood of cramps. Food number 2, bananas, the electrolyte rebalancer. Our next focus is a widely available, convenient, and naturally sweet fruit often celebrated for its potential to combat muscle cramps, the banana. It is particularly renowned as a to source for key electrolytes, minerals that carry an electric charge, and are essential for numerous bodily functions, including nerve signaling and muscle contractions. The most prominent electrolyte associated with bananas is potassium. This mineral plays a crucial role in maintaining what's known as the electrochemical gradient across the membranes of nerve and muscle cells. Think of it as the electrical potential that allows these cells to fire signals. Potassium is vital for the proper transmission of nerve impulses that tell muscles when to contract and relax. It also helps regulate fluid balance within and around cells. When potassium levels in the blood drop too low, a condition called hypokalemia, the normal electrical activity of nerve and muscle cells can be disrupted. This disruption can make muscle cells overly excitable, meaning they might contract involuntarily or fail to relax properly, leading directly to spasms, weakness, and cramps. Several factors can put seniors at a higher risk for lower potassium levels. These can include reduced dietary intake due to changes in appetite or food choices, the use of certain medications, particularly diuretics often prescribed for high blood pressure, which cause the body to excrete more potassium, or simply inadequate fluid intake leading to dehydration, which concentrates electrolytes but can impair overall balance. A medium-sized banana typically provides around 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium, offering a significant contribution towards daily needs and helping to maintain the levels necessary for smooth muscle function. While potassium often gets the spotlight, bananas also contribute another important mineral for muscle relaxation, magnesium. Working in concert with potassium and calcium, magnesium acts somewhat like a natural gatekeeper at the neuromuscular junctions, where nerves communicate with muscles. It helps to regulate the flow of calcium into muscle cells. Since calcium triggers contraction, magnesium's role in modulating this influx helps muscles to relax after contracting. Furthermore, magnesium is essential for the stabilization and utilization of adenosine triphosphate, or AP, which is the primary energy currency used by muscle cells for both contraction and relaxation. If magnesium levels are insufficient, muscles may struggle to relax properly, leading to increased excitability, potential tremors, and a higher likelihood of cramping. Magnesium deficiency is relatively common, particularly among older adults, due to factors like decreased dietary intake, reduced absorption, and increased excretion. While bananas provide a moderate amount of magnesium, typically around 30 to 35 milligrams per medium fruit, it's important to view them as a contributor within a broader diet rich in magnesium from sources like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, which we will discuss later. Bananas also offer vitamin B6, another nutrient supportive of nerve function and energy metabolism within muscles. Vitamin B6 is involved in the synthesis of several neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that nerves use to communicate, including those that control muscle movements. It also plays a role in the metabolic processes that allow muscle cells to efficiently access and use energy from carbohydrates and other fuels. Some research also suggests that vitamin B6 may have mild anti-inflammatory properties, which could potentially aid in muscle recovery and reduce soreness. Although this is a complex area, studies have indicated that lower levels of vitamin B6 might be associated with increased muscle cramping and nerve-related symptoms in some individuals. A medium banana provides approximately 0.4 milligrams of vitamin B6, making a helpful contribution to the daily requirement. The composition of bananas, containing natural sugars as carbohydrates and water, also means they contribute to hydration and provide a readily available source of energy for muscles. This can be particularly relevant after physical activity, when electrolytes might be lost through sweat. The combination of potassium, magnesium, carbohydrates, and fluid makes bananas a potentially useful snack for recovery. Regarding the timing, particularly for those troubled by nocturnal leg cramps, consuming a banana perhaps 1 to 2 hours before bedtime is sometimes suggested. The rationale is that providing a boost of potassium and magnesium might help maintain electrolyte balance and promote muscle relaxation overnight, potentially reducing the frequency or severity of nighttime cramps. However, individual responses can vary. It is crucial to underscore the point about overall hydration. While bananas contain water and electrolytes that support fluid balance, they are not a substitute for drinking adequate amounts of water throughout the day. Maintaining proper hydration by drinking sufficient fluids generally recommended as 6 to 8 glasses of water daily for most adults, is fundamental for preventing dehydration-related muscle cramps. Dehydration can concentrate electrolytes but impair the overall fluid environment necessary for proper muscle function. Therefore, think of bananas as supporting hydration efforts, not replacing them. In terms of practical advice, including 1 banana per day in the diet can be a reasonable starting point for many seniors looking to increase their potassium and magnesium intake. Those experiencing frequent cramps might consider slightly more, but always within the context of a balanced diet. A specific consideration applies to individuals with diabetes. Due to their natural sugar content, bananas can raise blood sugar levels. People with diabetes should consume bananas in moderation and ideally pair them with foods containing protein, healthy fats, or fiber, such as a handful of nuts, a spoonful of nut butter, or some plain yogurt. This pairing helps to slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, leading to a more gradual rise in blood glucose. The ripeness of the banana also plays a role. Greener bananas contain more resistant starch, which acts more like fiber, while fully ripened bananas have higher levels of simple sugars. We are interested in your experiences. Do you find that eating bananas seems to help with your leg cramps? Or perhaps you rely on other potassium-rich foods like potatoes or spinach? Let us know in the comments. In summary, bananas serve as an excellent and convenient source of the key electrolyte potassium, crucial for nerve, muscle communication and contraction. They also contribute magnesium for muscle relaxation and vitamin B6 for nerve support and energy metabolism. Their carbohydrate and water content aids hydration and energy provision. However, they should be consumed mindfully, especially by individuals managing diabetes, and always as part of a strategy that includes adequate overall fluid intake. Food number 3: leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, mineral powerhouses. Now, let's turn our attention to the vibrant world of dark leafy green vegetables. Often lauded for their general health benefits, varieties like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and bok choy are nutritional powerhouses, particularly rich in minerals that play direct roles in muscle function and cramp prevention. Their contribution, especially regarding magnesium and calcium balance, is sometimes overlooked but critically important. One of the standout minerals abundant in leafy greens is magnesium. We have already touched upon its role as a natural muscle relaxant when discussing bananas, but leafy greens are truly premier dietary sources. Magnesium acts as a physiological calcium channel blocker, particularly at the neuromuscular junction. This means it helps to regulate the influx of calcium into muscle cells, which is the trigger for contraction. By modulating this process, magnesium facilitates the relaxation phase after a muscle contracts. It is also indispensable for the function of hundreds of enzymes in the body, including those involved in energy production, apt metabolism within muscle cells. Insufficient magnesium levels can lead to a state of neuromuscular hyperexcitability, where muscles are more prone to spontaneous firing, leading to twitching, spasms, and painful cramps. As mentioned earlier, suboptimal magnesium intake is quite common across the population, and seniors may be at particular risk due to dietary habits or changes in absorption. Incorporating leafy greens regularly is an effective strategy to boost magnesium levels. For perspective, a cup of cooked spinach can provide a very significant portion of the daily recommended intake for magnesium. While magnesium is crucial for relaxation, another mineral, calcium, is essential for the contraction phase of muscle activity. We often associate calcium primarily with bone health, which is indeed its major role, but its function in muscle contraction is equally vital. When a nerve signal arrives at a muscle fiber, it triggers the release of calcium ions within the muscle cell. This influx of calcium binds to specific proteins, initiating a cascade of events that causes the muscle fibers to shorten, resulting in a contraction. Leafy greens are also a valuable source of dietary calcium. While dairy products are often highlighted for calcium, greens like kale, collard greens, and bok choy offer substantial amounts of this mineral in a bioavailable form, meaning the body can absorb and utilize it effectively. Spinach also contains calcium, although its absorption can be slightly reduced by the presence of oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can bind to calcium. Cooking spinach can help reduce oxalate levels to some extent, and consuming it as part of a varied diet generally mitigates major concerns about absorption for most people. The key takeaway here is the crucial balance between calcium and magnesium. Proper muscle function relies on the intricate interplay between calcium signaling contraction and magnesium facilitating relaxation. An imbalance, whether too little magnesium to counter calcium's effects or issues with calcium regulation itself, can disrupt this rhythm and contribute to cramping. Leafy greens provide both of these essential minerals, supporting this vital equilibrium. In addition to magnesium and calcium, many leafy green vegetables contribute significantly to potassium intake. While perhaps not as concentrated as in bananas or potatoes, the potassium content in greens like Swiss chard or cooked spinach is noteworthy and adds to the overall electrolyte pool needed for proper nerve and muscle function. Obtaining potassium and magnesium together from the same food source, like leafy greens, offers a synergistic benefit for maintaining the electrolyte balance essential for preventing cramps. Furthermore, leafy greens are packed with antioxidants and, in some cases, nitrates, which offer additional benefits for muscle health. Antioxidants, such as vitamins C and E and various phytonutrients found abundantly in dark greens, help combat oxidative stress. Oxidative stress results from an imbalance between free radicals, unstable molecules produced during metabolism, and the body's ability to neutralize them. Excessive oxidative stress can damage cells, including muscle cells, contributing to fatigue, inflammation, and potentially soreness or cramping. Consuming antioxidant-rich foods helps protect muscle tissue. Certain leafy greens, particularly spinach, arugula, and beet greens, are also rich in dietary nitrates. The body can convert these nitrates into nitric oxide, a molecule known for its ability to relax and widen blood vessels, vasodilation. Improved blood flow means better delivery of oxygen and essential nutrients to working muscles and more efficient removal of metabolic waste products, like lactic acid, that can accumulate and contribute to fatigue and cramping. Enhancing circulation through dietary nitrates may therefore play a role in preventing cramps related to poor blood flow or muscle fatigue. Incorporating more leafy greens into the diet can be achieved in numerous ways. Adding spinach or kale to smoothies, tossing them into salads, sauté in them lightly with garlic and olive oil, steaming them as a side dish, or incorporating them into soups, stews, and casseroles are all excellent options. Cooking methods like steaming or light sauté can sometimes improve the bioavailability of certain minerals and reduce the volume, making it easier to consume larger quantities. Aiming for several servings of a variety of dark leafy greens throughout the week is a good goal. There are a couple of practical considerations. For individuals prone to forming calcium oxalate kidney stones, healthcare providers might advise moderating the intake of specific high oxalate greens like spinach and Swiss chard. It is best to discuss this with a doctor or dietitian for personalized guidance. Also, a very important point concerns vitamin K. Leafy greens are among the richest sources of vitamin K, which plays a crucial role in blood clotting. Individuals taking anticoagulant medication, specifically warfarin as Coumadin, must maintain a consistent intake of vitamin K from day to day to ensure the medication works effectively. Sudden large changes in leafy green consumption can interfere with warfarin's effects. Therefore, anyone on warfarin must discuss their leafy green intake with their doctor to establish a consistent pattern that works with their medication dosage. We are curious about your habits. What are some of your preferred methods for including more leafy greens in your daily meals? Do you have any simple recipes or tips to share? Please let us know in the comments. To summarize, dark leafy greens are true mineral powerhouses, offering abundant magnesium crucial for muscle relaxation and contributing significantly to calcium intake needed for contraction, supporting the vital balance between these two minerals. They also provide potassium for electrolyte balance, antioxidants to protect muscle cells, and sometimes nitrates that can enhance blood flow. Incorporating a variety of these greens regularly is a cornerstone of a diet aimed at preventing muscle cramps, though specific considerations regarding oxalates and vitamin K interactions with medication are important for certain individuals. Food number 4: fatty fish salmon, mackerel, sardines, inflammation fighters, and vitamin D boosters. Our journey into cramp preventing foods now takes us to the waters, focusing on fatty fish, Varieties such as salmon, mackerel, herring, sardines, and trout offer a unique combination of nutrients particularly beneficial for muscle health, circulation, and reducing inflammation, all of which can influence cramping. Perhaps the most distinctive benefit of fatty fish comes from their high content of long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, specifically eicosapentaenoic acid (EPAF) and docosahexaenoic acid (DAOF). These are essential fats, meaning our bodies cannot produce them efficiently, and we need to obtain them from our diet. IPA and DA are well researched for their potent anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation is a natural immune response, but when it becomes chronic or excessive, it can contribute to various health issues, including muscle pain, stiffness, and potentially increased susceptibility to cramping or delayed recovery after activity. Omega-3s work through several mechanisms to help resolve inflammation pathways in the body. By reducing underlying inflammation, they may help alleviate muscle soreness and fatigue that can trigger cramps. Furthermore, omega-3 fatty acids have positive effects on cardiovascular health and circulation. They can help make blood platelets less sticky, improve the flexibility of blood vessel walls, and contribute to healthier blood lipid levels. This translates to improved blood flow throughout the body, including to the muscles in the legs. Better circulation ensures that muscles receive a steady supply of oxygen and vital nutrients, while facilitating the removal of metabolic byproducts that can accumulate and cause discomfort or cramps, particularly those cramps associated with poor peripheral circulation, which can be more common in older adults. Fatty fish also stand out as one of the very best natural dietary sources of vitamin D. As we discussed with eggs, vitamin D is crucial for calcium absorption and directly influences muscle function. While sunlight exposure is the primary way our bodies produce vitamin D, factors like reduced time spent outdoors, use of sunscreen, and decreased skin synthesis efficiency with age mean that many seniors rely more heavily on dietary sources. Fatty fish can provide a substantial amount of vitamin D, often several hundred international units per serving, significantly more than most other foods. For instance, a serving of salmon can make a major contribution towards the daily recommended intake of 800–1,000 U for seniors, helping to prevent the muscle weakness and cramping associated with vitamin D deficiency. Often overlooked is the fact that many types of fish, including these fatty varieties, are also good sources of potassium. This adds another layer to their electrolyte balancing benefits, complementing sources like bananas and leafy greens. Alongside these specific nutrients, fatty fish provide high-quality, complete protein essential for the ongoing process of muscle maintenance and repair, similar to eggs but bundled with the unique benefits of omega-3s and typically higher levels of vitamin D. When incorporating fatty fish into the diet, aiming for about 2 to 3 servings per week is generally recommended by health organizations. A serving size is typically around 3 to 4 ounces, about the size of a deck of cards. Convenient and often affordable options include canned salmon, especially varieties packed with bones, which provide extra calcium, sardines, and mackerel. When preparing fresh or frozen fish, healthier cooking methods like baking, broiling, grilling, or poaching are preferable to deep frying, as they help preserve the beneficial omega-3 fats and avoid adding unhealthy fats. It is important to address the concern regarding mercury content in fish. Mercury is a heavy metal that can accumulate in fish, particularly larger predatory species that live longer. While the health benefits of eating fish generally outweigh the potential risks for most adults, it is wise to be mindful. Choosing smaller fish that are lower on the food chain more often is a good strategy. Excellent choices include salmon wild caught tends to have lower mercury levels than some farmed varieties, but both are good options. Sardines, anchovies, herring, and freshwater trout. Larger fish like shark, swordfish, king mackerel, and tilefish tend to have higher mercury levels and should be consumed less frequently. Resources from health authorities like the EFTA or EPA can provide specific guidance on fish consumption choices. Another crucial consideration involves potential interactions with medications. Omega-3 fatty acids can have a mild blood thinning effect. Individuals taking anticoagulant medications, such as warfarin, Coumadin, or newer direct oral anticoagulants, should consult their doctor before significantly increasing their intake of fatty fish or, especially, before starting fish oil supplements. While the effect from eating fish is generally less pronounced than from high-dose supplements, it is still important to discuss it with a healthcare provider to ensure safety. Do you include fatty fish in your regular diet? If so, which types are your favorites, and how do you like to prepare them? Share your thoughts in the comments. In essence, fatty fish offer a unique combination of potent anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DAF, that support muscle health and circulation. Along with being a top dietary source of vitamin D, crucial for calcium absorption and muscle function, they also contribute quality protein and potassium. Mindful selection regarding mercury content and consultation with a doctor if on blood-thinning medication are important practical steps. Food number 5: nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, concentrated mineral and healthy fat sources. Our final category focuses on nutritional density in small packages, nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, cashews, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and sunflower seeds are brimming with minerals, healthy fats, protein, and fiber, making them excellent additions to a cramp prevention diet. Once again, magnesium takes a prominent position. Nuts and seeds consistently rank among the best plant-based sources of this vital muscle-relaxing mineral. Pumpkin seeds, for example, are particularly rich, providing over 150 milligrams of magnesium per ounce, about a quarter cup. Almonds and chia seeds are also excellent sources, typically offering around 75–100 milligrams per ounce. Consuming even a small serving daily can significantly contribute to meeting magnesium needs, helping to prevent the neuromuscular hyperexcitability that underlies many muscle cramps. Alongside magnesium, many nuts and seeds are good sources of potassium, further supporting electrolyte balance. Pistachios stand out with nearly 300 milligrams per ounce, while almonds also offer a respectable amount, around 200 milligrams per ounce. This dual provision of magnesium and potassium makes nuts and seeds particularly effective at replenishing electrolytes that might be lost through sweat or simply needed for daily nerve and muscle communication. The types of fats found in nuts and seeds are also highly beneficial. Many, like almonds, cashews, and pecans, are rich in monounsaturated fats, MFAs. These fats are known to support cardiovascular health, which includes maintaining healthy blood vessel function and promoting good circulation, ensuring adequate oxygen and nutrient delivery to leg muscles. Others, notably walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds, are excellent sources of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, primarily alpha-linolenic acid (ALA), while the body's conversion of ALA to the longer-chain EPA and DAA found in fish is somewhat limited. ALA itself still possesses anti-inflammatory properties and contributes to overall cardiovascular health. The combination of healthy fats found in various nuts and seeds helps reduce inflammation and support the circulatory system, both relevant factors in preventing muscle cramps. Nuts and seeds also provide plant-based protein, contributing to overall protein intake needed for muscle maintenance, although typically not as much per serving as eggs or fish. Additionally, they are rich in dietary fiber, which supports digestive health, helps regulate blood sugar levels, especially when consumed with carbohydrates, and contributes to overall well-being, indirectly supporting nutrient absorption and health. Given their nutrient density, nuts and seeds are also calorie-dense. Therefore, portion control is essential to avoid unintentional weight gain. A general guideline is to aim for a small handful, roughly 1 ounce or about a quarter cup, per day. Incorporating variety is also beneficial, as different nuts and seeds offer slightly different nutrient profiles. For example, walnuts for ALA omega-3s, almonds for calcium and vitamin E in addition to magnesium. Brazil nuts for selenium. Sills consume these sparingly due to high selenium content, and pumpkin seeds for magnesium and zinc. There are many easy ways to include them in your diet. Enjoy them as a simple snack, sprinkle them over oatmeal, yogurt, or salads, blend them into smoothies, or use nut and seed butters, choosing natural varieties without added sugars or hydrogenated oils. It is highly recommended to choose raw or dry roasted, unsalted varieties. Excessive sodium intake from salted nuts can counteract the benefits by potentially disrupting fluid balance and contributing to higher blood pressure, which can indirectly affect circulation and cramp risk. Potential allergies are an important consideration, as nut allergies can be severe. If you have a known allergy, these foods must be avoided, and alternative sources for magnesium and potassium should be sought. For some individuals, particularly those with sensitive digestive systems, the high fiber content in nuts and seeds might cause bloating or discomfort, especially if intake is increased suddenly. Starting with smaller amounts can help the digestive system adapt. Nuts and seeds also contain phytic acid, which can slightly reduce the absorption of minerals like zinc and iron. But this is generally not a concern for most people consuming a varied diet in moderate amounts. Soaking or sprouting nuts and seeds can reduce phytic acid levels if desired. What are your favorite nuts or seeds? Do you prefer snacking on them whole or adding them to other dishes? Let us know your preferences. In conclusion, nuts and seeds are nutrient-dense powerhouses, offering excellent amounts of magnesium and potassium for electrolyte balance and muscle function, along with healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, including plant-based omega-3s that support circulation and reduce inflammation. They also contribute protein and fiber. Mindful portion control and choosing unsalted varieties are key to maximizing their benefits while managing calorie intake. We have now explored 5 key food groups that can play a significant role in managing and preventing leg cramps for seniors. Eggs, providing complete protein and nerve, supportive vitamins, bananas, rich in potassium and contributing magnesium, leafy greens, offering a crucial balance of magnesium and calcium along with circulatory support, fatty fish, unique for their anti-inflammatory omega-3s and vitamin D content, and nuts and seeds, concentrated sources of minerals and healthy fats. Incorporating a variety of these foods into a balanced diet forms a strong nutritional foundation for supporting muscle health. However, it is vital to remember that diet is just one component of managing leg cramps effectively. Ensuring adequate hydration by drinking plenty of water throughout the day remains absolutely essential, as dehydration is a common trigger for cramps. Additionally, incorporating gentle stretching, especially for the calf and foot muscles, and engaging in regular, appropriate physical activity can significantly improve circulation and muscle flexibility, further reducing cramp frequency. Now, a crucial point of caution. It is essential to remember that the information shared in this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Leg cramps, while often benign, can sometimes be a symptom of underlying medical conditions such as circulation problems, nerve issues, thyroid disorders, or electrolyte imbalances that require specific medical diagnosis and treatment. Therefore, always consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you have persistent, severe, or worsening leg cramps. It is also vital to discuss any new dietary approaches if you have pre-existing health conditions like kidney disease, diabetes, or heart conditions, or if you are taking medications, particularly blood thinners like warfarin, diuretics, or others that might interact with nutrients discussed today. Your healthcare provider can offer personalized advice based on your individual health status and needs. We hope this detailed guide has provided you with valuable insights and practical ideas. We would love to hear from you one last time in the comments. Has incorporating any of these foods made a difference for your leg cramps? Do you have other natural strategies or remedies that you have found helpful? Sharing your experiences might offer encouragement or ideas to others in the community. Perhaps also let us know what other health topics you might be interested in learning more about in the future. If you found this information useful, giving the video a like can help other people discover it. Feel free to share it with friends, family members, or anyone you know who might be struggling with leg cramps and could benefit from this nutritional perspective. Ultimately, taking proactive steps through nutrition is an empowering way to support your muscle health, enhance your comfort, and improve your overall quality of life. Stay informed by consulting reliable sources and your healthcare team. Stay well, hydrated, stay as active as is appropriate for you, and we wish you more comfortable days and truly peaceful, cramp-free nights ahead. Thank you for watching.